The President of the United States is being sued for unprecedented violations of the U.S. Constitution, specifically of the so-called Emoluments Clause. An emolument is any benefit, profit, or payment that comes from a person's employment. So the Emoluments Clause prohibits U.S. officials from accepting gifts, payments, or titles from any king, prince, or foreign state without permission from Congress. The Constitution's framers conceived the clause in 1787 as a way to safeguard their new republic from Old World-style corruption, or worse, the influence of external powers like Britain, from which the U.S. had just won its independence. Trump isn't the first president to confront the Emoluments Clause. When Barack Obama won the Nobel Prize in 2009, the U.S. Department of Justice determined that he could take the money that came with the award because the Nobel Committee is independent of the Norwegian government. But until Trump, no president had ever been sued over the Emoluments Clause. Yet Trump had barely been inaugurated before a group, including former White House ethics lawyers, spearheaded a lawsuit citing foreign dignitaries' ability to curry favor with Trump by staying at his hotels. More recently, the Attorneys General of the District of Columbia and Maryland filed their own lawsuit, as did nearly 200 members of Congress, who also cited Trump businesses' acceptance of trademark approvals from foreign governments. Because no one has ever been prosecuted under the Emoluments Clause, no U.S. court has decided exactly what it prohibits. For example, is market rate compensation an emolument? What if it comes from a company with close ties to a foreign government rather than from the government itself? Are gifts to an official's immediate family allowed? So far, the Justice Department has relied on a narrow interpretation of the Emoluments Clause to defend Trump, arguing that it applies only to benefits arising from services the president provides to the foreign state. But the generally accepted interpretation of the clause extends far beyond such direct bribery. Plaintiffs in the lawsuits against Trump want to compel him to reveal details of his finances, and either to divest from his business empire or put his holdings into a blind trust. But violating the Emoluments Clause is an impeachable offense. If the courts rule against Trump, all eyes will turn toward the Republican-controlled Congress.